Hey Moo Crew, so surprise, this is obviously not the AI voice that I usually use in videos. I have heard you guys loud and clear on almost everything I've ever posted that the robot voice is just not for some of you, and that's okay. So I'm giving my real voice a go. I'm honestly quite excited for my humour to come across because I think the dry Britishisms just were not really translating in robot. So I'm giving it a go this week. Let me know what you think. Would you rather that I carry on like this, or do I go back to the robot voice? This week's Moo Math is a roundup of what I eat in a day as a fat person creators on TikTok. They're all from May 2025, so let's go.
What a fat girl eats in a day, and loads of you telling me to stop calling myself a fat girl, but I'm still a solid 250 pounds. So we are going to continue and proceed as normal. We are reclaiming the word fat around here. Anyway, starting the day off with blueberry waffles, okay? I put the fruit in it. I had to get some fruit in today. This is just like a Pearl Milling pancake mix. I just mix it all together with these blueberries. I've had in the freezer for about 2 years, but they've been in the freezer, so it should be fine, right?
So her day starts off with some boxed pancake mix. I thought this looked familiar when I looked it up, and then I realised that it used to be Aunt Jemima. Is this like Twitter moving to X? Like, does everyone still call it Aunt Jemima mix, or is it genuinely seen as a brand new company? Anyway, with 2 portions of the mix at 320 calories and then some blueberries and syrup added on, breakfast comes to 380 calories. I am personally for a convenience food when it is literally just a mixed version of what I would put together, but I probably would have found one that was made with whole wheat flour and a bit less sodium.
And then I got changed again and we went out, and I don't know what happened, but I lost the footage of me having watermelon. I promise you I have fruit today, okay? I had watermelon, I had a croissant, an almond croissant. It was so good. And I had a butter chicken pasty and it was banging. And guess what? I lost all the footage. I don't know what happened, but this is what footage I have from the day out.
This is one of my favourite TikTokers because each video is like a mini vlog rather than just the same angle chewing different foods. So obviously we can't know exact portions here, but with food stalls, the general rule of thumb is that you'd have double of what you'd expect at home. So for 2 cups of watermelon, it's about 90 calories. Almond croissants are more calorie dense than you would expect because it's not just the little almond flakes and the icing sugar on top. No, there is a thick layer of gooey marzipan inside, which caught me by surprise the first time I got one, and I must say I did not particularly enjoy it, nor did I think it was worth 500 calories. Then finally, we have a chicken pasty. So she is British and calling it a pasty, but she is in Canada. So with that combination, I'm going to guess it's obviously a creamy chicken mixture inside a short crust case. So kind of like what you'd expect to see with a Cornish pasty. And that would be around 700 calories.
I got about 7,500 steps in, all right? I've lost a bit of weight recently, and that is honestly how, just walking around the city all the time. For dinner, I decided to have some dumplings. These are so good. I had some pork soup dumplings, and I put loads of soy sauce in it, so I think it just tastes so good that way. I also had one of these buns. Oh my God, they're so good. I finished off the dinner with some tempura prawns. I'm not gonna lie, they were kind of greasy, so I felt a bit sick after eating 2. And I'm not even sure they were fully cooked, but they were pink, so I think that was all right, I don't know. Sorry I lost the croissant footage. That's all I ate today. If you like this video, follow along for more.
Right, Japanese food is my favourite, and I know for a fact that these dumplings would have tasted so good, but you cannot deny that they look like they have come from some sort of unknown creature of the sea. They're about 60 calories each, so for 6 it's 360 plus 20 for the soy sauce, about 180 for the bao bun and 80 for each of the tempura prawns, because they did look quite large, which means dinner comes to 720 calories and brings the day to a close on 2,390 calories. So for someone of her weight, she is actually right around the mark for a maintenance diet. And that is without accounting for the exercise that she mentioned, and that's obviously what is driving her weight loss. So look, if you need to prioritise calorie reduction before fine-tuning your nutritional balance with a bit less beige and a bit more vegetable, I'm all for it, and I think she's doing a great job.
Everything I eat today as a fat girl.
Has anyone else noticed that it is a new thing for What I Eat in a Day videos to start off with a completely random clip from either further in the day or from a meal that's not even included in the video? Because I personally find it really annoying, and I would just prefer a straight up chronological order, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Thank you.
Good morning. We are having hard-boiled egg, sausage, and kiwi for breakfast. Love kiwi in the morning. It's so refreshing. Maple sausage. Cheers.
So the comments on this TikTok video remind me exactly why I enjoy making these videos in the first place. The most liked comment was someone saying that this person eats more calories for breakfast than they have in an entire day. And look, I'm not saying that they're not telling the truth. I'm just saying that 700 calories as a daily intake is probably just as unhealthy as 3,000 calories or some of these other numbers that we see. And this breakfast, I actually think, is really balanced and a great start to the day.
I wasn't feeling bread, so I have a hot dog with no bun, 2 onion rings, and some chili cheese waffle fries. I love a nice cheesy fry.
Okay, so it goes downhill pretty quickly after breakfast. She's got a large hot dog sausage here, which is about 200 calories, 3 breaded onion rings, not battered, so they're 50 calories each, and then a portion of chili cheese. She says fries, but it looks like they're potato wedges. It's actually quite a small portion compared to what you would get in a restaurant, so I think around 400 calories.
Are you making an Alani? Also, I'm just gonna do... I don't have ginger ale, so I'm just going to do Sprite today. It's so good.
I have to say, if there is one thing that I am jealous about the States having, it is just the sheer amount of flavoured fizzy waters. In the UK, there's a few brands that have made it over here, but generally it's like supermarket own brand 1 litre bottles. We don't really have a big variety of cans, but of course she ruins the low calorie nature of it by adding 330 mils of Sprite, so this drink comes to 150 calories.
For dinner tonight, I made a grilled cheese on sourdough with a green goddess salad. I also have homemade tomato and veggie soup. It looks so good. I like to dip mine in the soup. So these Taylor Farm salads are so good.
If it wasn't for the cheese, I also think this is a pretty balanced dinner. So she has a green goddess salad, and that's 170 calories. She has a cheese toasty, so it's about 200 calories for each of the slices of sourdough, 100 for the butter, and then 200 for the cheese. And then a homemade tomato soup. It doesn't look like it was made with cream, so I think that's about 240 calories. So dinner would come in at just under 1,000.
At Rita's, I have a cookies and cream with a cheesecake custard and sprinkles. First bite. I'm gonna go pig out on the couch.
Wow, okay, we do not have Rita's over here, and I am actually baffled as to how they make a milkshake 900 calories. Like, they literally must be making it with heavy cream rather than even ice cream or milk. So she has that, and then also a frozen custard, which is 400 calories, ending the day on 3,906 calories. So there were some balanced moments in the day. Breakfast and dinner, I honestly think, were pretty good. But obviously, overall, this is an extremely high number of calories for a daily intake.
Hello everyone, this is what I eat in a day, my first day of my all-inclusive holiday. So for breakfast I had an omelette, I had 2 slices of toast and some pancakes, but I put like the omelette on the toast. Oh, it was so good. It was like a cheese omelette.
Tell me why every single one of these creators is definitely making money from TikTok Fund. They're going on nice holidays with all-inclusives that would have tropical fruits, sushi, all the kind of amazing stuff that you don't always have access to when you're at home. And they literally make the beigest plate that is possibly imaginable. So here we've got white bread, an omelette, and pancakes. So carbs on carbs on carbs. The white bread was heavily buttered, so just over 300 calories for those. This cheese omelette, I have been caught out by this before, and a few of you pointed out that I definitely lowballed it because I was imagining the ingredients I would use at home, but someone pointed out that these kind of omelettes are actually really similar to the ones at IHOP, and that's about 900 calories. So I've given it the benefit of the doubt. It might not be drenched in butter, who's to say? So I've gone for 750 calories, and then 3 fluffy pancakes would be around 400. Also, I forgot to say that I definitely don't think this creator is being honest with us about everything she ate from All Inclusive, because if you look, even at breakfast, there is a plate next to her that has syrup on it and what looks like hot dogs. So she's definitely eating things she's not telling us about. But for now, we're just going to go with what we can see on screen.
Beautiful. That's what I had for the rest of the holiday for breakfast. And then we went out for dinner because we went to this like shopping mall place. I got a tuna baguette and chips. And for some reason on this holiday, all I wanted was like fish. I wanted wanted tuna, I wanted salmon. That's all I could think about for some reason. I don't even know why. But it was actually really, really good.
Okay, she's moving away from all-inclusive for lunch, but still sticking with the beige theme. I swear that there is more mayo than tuna in that filling. So it's not really a baguette, it's more like a sub roll, which is about 200 calories. I think there's about half a can of tuna just from eyeballing it. So about 70 calories for that. And then I genuinely think I'm lowballing this, but there is at least 4 tablespoons of mayo in that concoction. So that on its own would be about 360 calories, and then a portion of fries about 450. So this lunch is just over 1,000 calories. Combined with the 1,500 calorie breakfast, we are already nearly at 3,000. So let's see what she's got in store for dinner.
And then for tea, I kind of just got like a load of different things. Like I got chips, chicken nuggets, tuna, cucumber, this chicken pie, potato croquettes. I don't really know. I just got like a load of different things, and then that steak in the corner. I didn't eat the steak because I didn't like it. Kay said it tasted weird, and it actually genuinely did. But this is what I left. I left some of it, not all of it. And then I had a brownie for my pudding. It was actually quite nice, to be fair, but that's it. Bye.
So dinner is another trip to the all-inclusive buffet. There's a few things that she shows at the beginning that she doesn't actually eat. So I haven't counted the pasta, salad, the cucumber or the steak. But she does have another portion of fries, which is, again, 450 calories. 2 small slices of margarita pizza, so that's about 350. The 4 potato croquettes are also about 350. If it's pronounced croquettes, please don't call me out for it. I don't want to know. The 2 chicken sticks, I've calorie counted as if they were chicken nuggets because they're pretty thin. I think they're chicken sticks anyway. So they're about 180. It's a large portion of cheesy chicken pasta bake. So that would be about 500 calories on its own. And then again, a 3-inch brownie maybe is about 350 calories. So this dinner is coming to 2,180, which brings the day to a close on 4,850. Now, she did say this was an all-inclusive offering, and usually people will make the most of all-inclusive drinks. We haven't seen any, so just from what she has included in this video, we are at nearly 5,000 calories.
Welcome back to What I Eat in a Day as a plus-size girly. Starting off strong, I had hazelnut coffee with Chobani sweet cream creamer. Y'all already know the deal. Add some passion fruit juice and water. I had a Kodiak protein waffle with syrup. And I had some keto bread with eggs and sausage. But anyways, how are y'all? It's been a couple of days.
I really love how so many people just see the word protein and assume that everything they eat is automatically healthy. I don't know if that's the case here, but in a lot of instances, the protein version of something is more or less the same ingredients. But she has got 2 slices of really low calorie keto bread. I genuinely have no idea what is in this, like cotton wool. She's got 2 eggs and 2 mini sausage patties. So this is a really healthy alternative to something like a McDonald's muffin. She's got the protein waffle on the side with some syrup, some passion fruit juice, and then a coffee. Now she says creamer. I think it is another girl that every time she uses creamer, it's like half of the cup, but I'm assuming that she has a regular serving, which is 2 tablespoons, and that would be about 60 calories. So this whole breakfast is 786.
I have honestly been keeping pretty busy, so that's been great for me. But yeah, back to what I eat in a day. I had these Reese's Minis with some Fairlife milk.
I'm not sure if this is lunch or just a snack, but that looks like about 2 servings of the Reese's cereal plus some milk. That's 450 calories.
These were on sale, and it's like my favorite cereal. Then I had a Capri Sun lemonade, very triggering apparently for some people, and some of these club crackers and a banana.
I can't even think about the nutrition of this snack because all I can think about is how dry it would be to eat 18 club crackers. I don't understand how she did it. Maybe she used the Capri Sun to wash them down. But with these 3 things and the cereal from before coming together for lunch, that is 910 calories.
I'm not even gonna try to attempt to record me eating a banana on camera. Then I got L&B's Spumoni Gardens for my mom and I, like the other day. So we heated that up and I had a Coke with that.
I don't think this creator has the typical 3 meals a day. I think she picks at smaller things throughout the day, which I've heard is really great for some people. I've never tried it myself, but I can definitely see the appeal. This pizza and Coke come to 540 calories.
Now, we really love L&B, but I always scrape the sauce off because, it's too much for me. I don't know, I'm not a big tomato-y person. Anyway, then I had a Entenmann's donut from the freezer. It was good. And my mom and I split these sugar cookies with some tea.
I've definitely noticed a theme with all of these creators that everyone has to end their day on a sweet treat, and it usually is what sends their daily intake from being a reasonable number of calories to a you will gain weight number of calories. So the chocolate donut and the 3 sugar cookies are 650 calories, and her day ends on 2,836.
What I ate today as a fatty. Good morning, fatties. We got Dutch cheese, sugar-free, of course, and I made my hyperfixation meal. Pancake sandwich, but I did egg whites this time instead of a whole egg.
I think this is a really good breakfast. She's one of the only people that we've seen recreate essentially a McDonald's breakfast at home and actually make it a bit healthier and a lot less calories. So this whole breakfast, including the energy drink, comes to 480 calories. Also, I spoke about the fact that I have OCD a couple of videos ago, but does anyone else find it really annoying when people refer to everything as their hyperfixation, or am I just sensitive to it? Like, it is okay to just have a favourite thing for a while. Is it consuming your every thought all day, every day? Probably not.
Taco Bell sauce. Delicious.
She does this every time she has a drink, and I genuinely think I would rather listen to Amber Lynn Reid tell me something was so good when it's just a plain carrot than have that shouted in my face every time someone had a drink near me.
We stopped at Macca's and I got the Hershey's chocolate chip frappe. It's good. I like the crunchies, but I just got a fry with some sweet and sour sauce.
I think this drink is a medium, which means it's 560 calories. It would have been 700 if it was a large. She also has fries with sweet and sour sauce for 350. So this lunch comes to 910 calories.
I attempted to make cheesy bread, but with the Greek yogurt bagel recipe. So that's the crust. We'll see how it tastes.
What you had?
Which one? I need that. Okay, it cooled off a little bit, so it's not as cheesy. I would say it does look like Domino's. It's pretty good. The only thing I didn't add was oil, and I think that's like what's missing. And you know, I gotta have that Hidden Valley range. That's perfect. There's my husband's pizza with the Greek yogurt crust. Goodbye.
So for the sake of calorie counting, I'm just treating this cheesy bread as a margarita pizza because it is essentially the same thing minus the tomato sauce, which is negligible in terms of calories anyway. So I think this would be about 900. If it were made with oil, it would be about 1200, but she said she didn't make it with any. She does, however, add some ranch and I think at least 2 tablespoons, which is about 120. So her day comes to 2,410, which, similar to the girl we had before, is probably about right if she was looking to maintain calories. It is really clear from this video though that she's making an active effort to make home cooked versions of the fast food that she would usually order, which I do think is a really great way to start making your diet a little bit healthier.
Here's what I eat in a day as a happy fat woman. In the rise of skinny talk, I'm gonna stay fat. Thank you very much. It's going to seem like this is an ad for Trader Joe's, but I promise we just went yesterday, so that's why there's so many Trader Joe products. I got this new cookie butter protein bar from Trader Joe's. It has little crunchies on it. It was fun. Perfect thing to nosh on before work.
My favourite thing about making these videos is realising the difference in slang between America and the UK, because let's just say over here you would certainly not be saying that you had noshed on to anything that early in the morning. But that aside, this protein bar is 200 calories and a good start to the day.
After work, I came home for lunch and I just ate my Chipotle mush. It looks so bad on camera, but it was great. I just do a veggie bowl. It's delicious.
This veggie bowl is really similar to a naked burrito bowl. It's really high in protein, has tons of veggies in it, and is a great meatless option for a vegetarian, especially for 700 calories.
My Chipotle has still been very good, not a bad bowl yet. I got my sweet treat basket off the top of the fridge for a little smorgasbord. Some s'mores milk chocolate, a little bit of chocolate dipped mango, and 2 peppermint patties.
I think the s'mores bar might have been on clearance because it was the end of a product line, because I could not find it anywhere, but I did the same way in milk chocolate, and that is 370 calories. I know that she only has half of the chocolate dipped mango bag because she eats the other half in another video a few days later. So that's about 235 calories. And then 2 peppermint patties are 140.
I tried to watch TV, but my captions were in a different language and I could not fix it. I was still feeling a little rumbly in my tumbly, so I got some leftover bao buns from Trader Joe's. They're the teriyaki mushroom ones. Oh my gosh, they were so good. It's my first time having it, and it's so fun using my chopstick.
Another quick snack before dinner adds on 200 calories for the 3 mini bao buns and some soy sauce.
I love doing that. I'm still not good at it, but at least I try. Dinner time! We have the pizza ranch salad kit and the salmon burgers, and you know where it's from, Trader Joe's. I chopped up the salmon burger and put it in my salad, and then I had half a big old cream cheese and cucumber. I don't think I liked the cream cheese and cucumber combo. I was trying to be a little posh girl, but like the cucumber was too fragrant.
This is a really balanced dinner. She has half of this pizza kit salad, which has pepperoni, cheese, and croutons in it with a salmon burger, and half a bagel with cream cheese on, and the whole thing comes to less than 600 calories.
For dessert, I made homemade chocolate strawberries. I took my massive strawberries from Misfit Market and melted some old Easter Bunny candy on it. And then I dunked them all around and I had some delicious strawberries. I did share one, but I was just too excited. I was too excited about it.
One of the things I found super weird when I visited America is going to a grocery store for the first time, and every single piece of fruit is ginormous and perfectly fruit shaped. In the UK, we have wonky veg, wonky fruit, but even our regular purchases are nothing like what you get in America. I felt like I was walking through a film set. But anyway, these obviously do look amazing, and there's quite a lot of chocolate and they're quite big. So I think they would be about 100 calories each, which ends her day on 2,838 calories.
What I eat in a day as a fat girly that doesn't want to lose weight. For brekkie, my partner and I tried a local bakery. I got a jalapeno popper galette and a banana pudding croissant. I had the galette for breakfast and it was so good.
I'm not saying that she is wrong about the name, but I have been searching for a jalapeno popper galette and I can't find anything that looks like what she has got in that box. The closest thing I can find is what we would call a Danish, but that's usually with apricot or apple of some other fruit. But either way, the pastry on this is really thick, so I think it's definitely at least 450 calories.
I went home, had some coffee because I was exhausted. And then for lunch, I did have a little bit of this leftover rice. And then I made these Trader Joe's giant baked beans. I just added some oat milk for creaminess, lemon, feta, balsamic glaze with a piece of garlic toast.
Obviously, I am obsessed with these giant baked beans. They actually look really good, and I think adding the feta and the balsamic is such a good combination. You wouldn't catch me doing that with a can of Heinz beans because it's really not the same vibe, but this looks like a really good lunch. She also has it with a cup of rice, so the whole thing comes to just over 750 calories.
And then in the evening, it was a beautiful day out. So beautiful. So my partner and I went to a cafe and I got an iced vanilla oat milk latte and we shared the banana pudding croissant from earlier. I have a weakness for everything banana.
Now I am convinced the other pastry was named wrong because this is obviously not a croissant. It is a really big pastry though, and it's got fresh cream. So I think even for half of it, she's looking at about 300 calories plus 180 for the latte.
It doesn't look the best, but for dinner, I made vegetarian chicken parm, some pasta, and grilled zucchini. For dessert, I had this peach cobbler Greek yogurt, and that's all she ate.
This dinner also looks really good. I think if I had to eat any of the days of food from this video, it would definitely be this one. She's got a courgette made with about a tablespoon of oil, a cup of pasta salad, a vegetarian chicken steak, and around 20 grams of cheese, it looks like. So the day ends on 2,463 calories. Everyone is really sitting around that 2,500 mark today, aren't they? I was waiting for breakfast to finish to kind of jump in, but I get the feeling that this is just going to be kind of a continuous food flow, so I'm going for it. She's got a Starburst drink, it's no sugars, so it won't be more than about 5 calories. A corn dog covered in Cheeto dust, I think would be about 400, and then a sushi onigiri would be about 250 calories, so she's at just over 650 for breakfast. We're going to call it there. This looks like it could have been lunch. So she's got a brownie first for about 350 calories and then a Dairyly Lunchable for 308. So all of her kind of micro meals so far are about 650 calories. Next, she has a rib, which is really thick, so would be around 300 calories. She has what looks like a portion of rice, so that would be about 200, and then maybe 1.5 portions of chicken. That's quite a big bowl, so I think that would be around 300. So this meal comes to 800 calories. Okay, if this is her final snack of the day, I think we divided up the meals pretty well. So she's got a ham and cheese baguette. I think it's around 300 calories for the bread and then 200 for the filling, assuming she used butter as well. And that ends her day on 2,613 calories. Is anyone else lactose intolerant and getting indigestion just from watching this meal? Every part of this is cheesy, fatty, salty, full of carbs, and it comes to 1,500 calories. She has a smoothie and a little chocolate bar for a snack, which is just under 200 calories. I have just realised that I have gone my entire life calling these blue ribbon bars. Ribband? Where has that come from? This is a regular sized boneless banquet from KFC. So she gets a regular popcorn chicken, 3 mini fillets, medium fries, and then she's gone for mash as her side, and it comes to just over 1,000 calories. I'm thinking this is her favourite snack combo. She's got another smoothie and then this Canyon bar, which is like an Audi own brand version of a Rocky bar. So these again come in at just under 200 calories. She ends the day on a homemade portion of spaghetti and meatballs. She's got a quarter of a garlic baguette there and I reckon about 20 grams of cheese sprinkled over. So that is just over 1,000 calories and her day ends on 4,036. And there we have it, the end of Moon Math number 11. I don't know about you, but I definitely see a correlation in the weather getting warmer and like entering into summer months and a slight reduction in the number of calories people are eating. I also think there is quite a big movement towards losing weight now with the rise of GLP-1s. So I'm definitely starting to notice a pattern in that. What do you guys think? Also, don't forget to let me know what you thought of the voiceover and please like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos.